Hannah was having a tough morning. Her little brothers, Jirobi and Tarakichi, were at it again, arguing over something silly. She sighed and tried to break up the fight, but they just wouldn't listen. Soji, who lived with them, groaned from his futon. "Why is it always so noisy in the morning?" he complained, rubbing his temples. "Can't you kids give me some peace?" Hannah scolded her brothers, but they didn't seem to care. Soji just wanted to go back to sleep, but it was no use. The house was always loud. Later, Soji was in an even worse mood. He had lost a bet and was convinced the other guy had cheated. Meanwhile, Hannah was busy trying to teach her brothers how to eat properly, but they kept making a mess. Soji snapped, "Can you two stop making so much noise?" He turned to Reizo, who had been living with them for a while. Unlike the kids, Reizo was the complete opposite, too quiet. He barely spoke, and that annoyed Soji just as much. "Hey, stop acting like you're in prison," Soji said, rolling his eyes. "Lighten up a little." Reizo just shrugged. "Ugh, let's go out and get some food," Soji suggested. "I don't have money," Reizo replied. Soji sighed. "Fine, then we'll find you a job." First, they went to see Teppa, the town doctor. Maybe Reizo could work as an assistant. But that didn't last long. Reizo was so stiff and serious that he scared off the patients. "This isn't going to work," Soji muttered, already feeling frustrated. He needed another plan. Then he had an idea. "Hey, you still have that bowl Yuen gave you, right?" Reizo nodded. "That's not just any bowl," Soji smirked. "Yuen's a famous artist. His stuff is worth a fortune. You could sell it." Reizo looked at the bowl, confused. "It's just a bowl." "Yeah, but people pay crazy money for this kind of thing." Reizo wasn't sure how he felt about selling a gift, but he kept it in mind. Meanwhile, Yuen had a serious meeting with Gerald, a priest who helped them with information. Gerald told him that Sakata, the corrupt official they had dealt with earlier, wasn't working alone. His supplier, a man named Azumiya, was still out there, making money off the opium trade. Worse, Azumiya's mistress was involved too, helping him ruin lives. "They both need to be stopped," Gerald said. Yuen agreed. Back at their base, the team planned their next move. "I say we send Reizo," Soji suggested. "He can blend in and keep an eye on the mistress. Wait for the right moment." Reizo hesitated. He still wasn't sure if revenge was the right path. His samurai code told him one thing, but his new life told him another. Still, he accepted the mission. To stay undercover, he got a job at a shop called Gansoya. He wasn't great at pretending to be just a regular worker, but surprisingly, the shop owner liked him. He even noticed Reizo's sketches and said they could be sold as art. Reizo blinked in surprise. "People would buy these?" "Of course. You've got talent, kid." Reizo had never thought about it before. Maybe there was more to him than just being a samurai. The team was getting ready to take down Azumiya and his mistress. But Reizo's inner struggle wasn't over yet. He was still figuring out who he really was and what kind of life he wanted to live.